Good day to all of you all. Hope you are doing well, right? So I have completed and recorded one chapter already to all of you all, that is Theorem of Pythagoras. So on the request of many students, I am recording a new video, a new chapter for all of you, right? Again, in the same way, I'll be recording all the lectures in a planful manner so that you can view all the sums, right? So students, let us start without wasting any time. So it's a request to all of you all, please do subscribe to my channel. Okay, do not forget to press the bell icon and get the notifications so that what happens whenever I upload my video, you get to know the lectures which I have uploaded, right? So let us start, students. Welcome to my channel, Mathamaze. And let us start with a very important and one of my most favorite chapters of our 10th standard, chapter number 3, that is circle, right? Now students, today we'll be completing lecture 1. So let us say, if we are understanding lecture 1, then soon I'll be loading lecture 2, then lecture 3, so that you can see all the lectures in a synchronized manner, right? So students, we all know the chapter which we are starting is circle. Now let us understand this chapter. Before understanding this chapter, we need to understand the examples. So let us observe some examples of a circle in day-to-day life. The first example which we need to understand is a bangle. Okay. The second example we'll have in front of us, that is ball. The third example which we are having in front of us, coins. And the fourth example is boundary rope of cricket ground. Now of these 4 examples, students, 2 are wrong. Now which 2 are wrong? That is very important. The first example which is wrong is ball. And the second example which is wrong is coins. Now students, first of all, we need to know why are these examples wrong. Okay. And to understand why are these examples wrong, we need to understand the definition of circle. So let us understand the definition of circle. But before knowing the definition, I'll just tell it to you why these examples are wrong as well. We have already learned, students, circle is just a boundary. Circle is just a boundary. Means inside the boundary it's hollow. जैसे कि देखो, in a bangle, we can insert our hand. Right? Boundary rope, it's boundary. Okay? Ball, is ball hollow figure or hollow object? जैसे कि सब बाउंड्री है, नो. कॉइन्स, सेम है विथ कॉइन्स. कॉइन्स भी hollow नहीं है. It's not only boundary. So when we talk about circle, we need to know that circle is only the boundary. So any object which is round and is only boundary, it is circle. Now this is just understanding. So now we'll understand what's the definition of circle. Okay. So students, let us draw a circle. We have a circle with center O. Okay. So if I ask a question, what do you observe here? We all know a circle with center O, right? So now if we have to define a circle, let us understand few things. So let us define circle first. So now we can see a dotted round object, right? So here, what do we say? We say that circle is the set of points in a given plane. Now, why it is very important to say in a given plane? Students, if I tell you to draw a circle, you'll draw a circle on a piece of paper, right? So when you draw a circle on a piece of paper, the surface of that paper is the plane of a circle. If you draw a circle on a wall, if you draw a circle, the surface of the wall becomes the plane of the circle. If you draw a circle on a floor, the surface of the floor becomes the plane of the circle. So it is very important to say that circle is the set of points in a given plane. That is very important. But yet the definition is not complete. Okay. So tell me, students, when we say circle is a set of points, can any set of points in a plane be called a circle? Yes. Can any set of points in a plane be called a circle? No, it can be yes, it can be no. Don't say yes or no directly. For that we need to understand. Okay, let us see few examples of set of points. Now here we have two examples of set of points. Now if you see a specific arrangement here in the first case, all the points are arranged one after another. Okay, can we say this set of points is a circle? Can we say this arrangement of points be a circle? So it's very important. Can any set of points be called a circle? So my question to you all, are these, ये दोनों देखो, दोनों examples है, are these set of points called a circle? No. So can any set of points in a plane be called a circle? No, definitely not. So what do we need to understand? यही बहुत important है. कोई भी set of points तो circle नहीं हो सकता. तो हमें क्या समझना है? यहाँ पर अगर आप ये figure देखो, if you see this figure, okay, each of these points here satisfy a condition. ये जो condition है ना, मतलब ये क्या condition है वो समझना है. पर यहाँ पर जो सारे points है, ये सारे के सारे points एक condition satisfy करते हैं. So let us understand that condition. Okay. Now what is this condition? Now here let us take one point A. इन सारे point में से एक point हमने ले लिया A. Now join O and A. Now if you draw segment OA, now measure the distance between OA. If you measure, the distance is 4 centimeter, right? Now let us take one more point B on a circle. Now draw segment OB and measure segment OB. We get segment OB as 4 centimeter, right? Now let us take one more point C. Draw segment OC, measure segment OC. If you measure segment OC, again it is 4 centimeter. Now let us take one more point from these points, D. Draw segment OD and measure segment OD. After measuring, we found out that it is 4 centimeter. बराबर है? Now let us take one more point, E, among these points. Draw segment OE and measure segment OE. Now after measuring, we found out that segment OE is also 4 centimeter. So here students, what can we conclude? मतलब यहाँ पर मैं आपको पूछना चाहता हूँ, what can we say about segment OA, segment OB, segment OC, segment OD and segment OE? What can you say? Yes, we can clearly say that OA is equal to OB is equal to OC is equal to OD is equal to OE. इसका मतलब ये clear है कि point A, point B, point C, point D and point E, all these points are equidistant from a fixed point O, right? So now we can define the circle further. Circle is a set of points in a given plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. Now this is a complete definition of a circle. So if anybody asks you what is circle, you should be able to say circle is the set of points in a given plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. Because the set of points which are given, they are not randomly spaced anywhere. All these points, they are at an equal distance from a fixed point. Okay, so this is the definition of circle. Now students, this fixed distance OA, OB, OC, what is this fixed distance called? Yes, we know that this fixed distance is called as radius, right? Now we have understood about radius and we have understood the definition of circle. Okay, still we'll start understanding all the elements and the detailings of circle. Okay students, now we can observe, okay, segment OA. So what is OA? We all know OA is radius. Perfect, right? So now if I ask a question to you all, how many such radii can we draw in a circle? Definitely, what can be your answer? Your answer would be infinite. So now students, it's very important. In a circle, we can draw infinite radii. Infinite. From center O to every point, which is a set of circle, forming a circle rather. So all these points, if you are joining to a fixed point, then all these segments will be radii. So there are infinite radii. So there is very important point here to remember that radii of the same circle are equal, as we have seen in the last slide. OA, OB, OC, OD, OE, all were equal in length. So here we need to know that radii of the same circle are equal in length. Okay, perfect. So now we have understood about circles. So now let us understand few more elements of a circle, right? मतलब सर्कल में रेडियस के अलावा भी और भी एलिमेंट्स है, उनके बारे में समझते हैं. So to understand that, let us consider two distinct points C and D on a circle. So let us take point C and point D on a circle, right? Now join them. So चलो दोनों को जोड़ देते हैं. Now after joining, tell me what do we get? We get a segment. Is it very clear to all of you? Now students, tell me, if we get C, if we are joining C and D, we are getting a segment. What is this segment called? We have already learnt in 9th standard. Yes, perfect. Such a segment is called as chord, right? So we all know what is the definition of chord. Now if you have to define a chord, we can say that a segment joining two distinct points on a circle is called a chord. That means if we join any two distinct points on a circle, that segment is called a chord. Did you understand? So now about chord, the same like radii. Tell me students, how many chords can we draw in a circle? Same case, we can draw infinite chords in a circle. Is it clear to all of you? So now we can draw, by joining any 2 points of a circle, we can draw infinite chords. So let us see one more example, students, in front of us. There is point P and point Q on a circle and we have joined them. Okay. Now, what is segment PQ, students? Yes, now सबसे पहले आपके दिमाग में एक word आएगा, but then students always remember P is a point on a circle, Q is a point on a circle. So definitely if I ask it to you, what is segment PQ, your answer should be it's a chord. Is it clear to all of you? But then, of course it's a chord, but then this is a special chord. Why it's a special chord? Because it passes through the center of the circle. So remember students, any chord which passes through the center of a circle is called diameter. So PQ is a chord, and since it is passing through the center O, it is called diameter. Is it clear to all of you? So if we have to define a diameter, how will you define? A chord passing through the center of the circle is called diameter. Is it clear to all of you? So any chord which is passing through the center of the circle is called diameter. I hope all of you have understood. So now students, we have understood radius, we have understood chord, and we have understood diameter. So now tell me how many such diameters we can draw in a circle. Yes, again the same answer, infinite. Because passing through center O, we can draw numerous diameters. So infinite diameters we can draw passing through center. Okay, is this very clear? So now, after learning radius, chord, and diameter, let us move on to the next very important element and very important part of this chapter, tangent. Okay. Now students, we need to know what is a tangent first of all. For that, let us draw a circle with center O, right? Now let us draw a line, listen carefully, let us draw a line intersecting circle at one and only one point. Now this word intersecting creates some disturbance in mind. Intersecting कैसे? Normally we say touching, but then students remember, when the point of a circle and the point of a line is common, we say they intersect. When two lines intersect, there is only one point in common. Yes or no? When two lines intersect, there is one point in common. Same here, when a circle and a tangent, or when a circle and a line have one point in common, we say they intersect. Is it clear to all of you? Right? So students, we are drawing a line. Okay, let us draw a line L, which is passing through point A. Clear? Now here, what we need to understand, we know that line L is passing through point A. So this is point A, which is common to circle as well as line. Clear to all of you? So any line which is intersecting the circle at one and only one point is called a tangent. Okay, so such a line we call it as tangent. Did you understand? Now if I have to define a tangent, what is the definition of tangent? Listen carefully. Up till now, whatever I said about tangent is only the half, the complete part yet we have to say. So a line in the plane of a circle. Now this is very important. Many of the times we always say the definition incomplete. A line in the plane of the circle. It is very important because if you're drawing a circle on a paper, the line also should be on a paper. If you're drawing a circle on a wall, that line should also be on a wall. That means the line in the plane of a circle, touching the circle at only one point, is called a tangent. Clear all of you? So we have defined tangent. What is a tangent? Many of the times we say only in half a definition. A line which touches the circle at only one point is called a tangent. But we forget to say that the line should lie in the same plane. Do not forget to say that. So line in the plane of the circle, touching the circle at one point, is called a tangent. Okay. Now, students, very important. We know this is a line which is a tangent. This is a circle. So what about point A? So the point where the line touches the circle is called the point of contact. So this is the point where the line and circle meet. So this point is called point of contact. Is it clear to all of you? So now we all know about point of contact. This is a very important point, right? We'll be talking much on this as well. Now students, let us take a point B on a tangent. ये point of contact A हो गया. Now let us take point B on a tangent. तो चलो हमने point B ले लिया है. Now if we highlight segment AB, अगर सिर्फ segment AB को highlight करते हैं, तो we say segment AB is called a tangent segment. What is it called? It is called tangent segment. Now why it is called tangent segment? This is very important. The word tangent segment बहुत important है. इस पर एक theorem है. So that's very important to know tangent segment. मतलब tangent segment is a segment joining any point on a tangent. Any point. मतलब B is just a point on a tangent. The segment joining any point on a tangent and the point of contact. मतलब point of contact and any point on the tangent. अगर ऐसे दो points को जोड़ दिया जाए point of contact and any point on a tangent, ऐसे दो points को अगर जोड़ दिया जाए, तो we say such a segment is called tangent segment. Okay, remember this. A segment joining any point on a tangent. Tangent पर आप, tangent is a line and line is made up of many points. तो उसमें से कोई भी एक point लेना, कोई भी एक point of contact के अलावा कोई भी एक point लेना और point of contact लेना, ऐसे दो points को जोड़ के एक segment बनता है. उस segment को बोलते हैं tangent segment. Is it clear to all of you? Now here there is a very important point to remember to all of you. Very important point to remember. For a tangent segment, okay, I'm so sorry. For a tangent segment, one of the endpoints has to be the point of contact. मतलब when you say segment AB is a tangent segment, अगर मैं बोलूं segment AB is a tangent segment, तो उसमें से या तो A या तो B, इन दोनों में से कोई भी एक point of contact ही होना चाहिए. अगर समझो यहाँ पर A भी point of contact नहीं है और B भी point of contact नहीं है, तो ऐसे segment को tangent segment नहीं बोल सकते. तो याद रखना, tangent segment होने के लिए ये वर्ड tangent segment याद रखना, ये tangent segment बोलने के लिए उसका एक एंड पॉइंट, कोई भी एक एंड पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट होना चाहिए, तो ही हम ऐसे सेगमेंट को tangent segment बोल सकते हैं. Is this very clear to all of you? Right? Now, students, we have learned radius, we have learned chord, we have learned diameter, we have learned tangent and tangent segment as well, right? Now let us understand one theorem based on tangent and radius. Okay. So the first theorem of this chapter, of course, we don't have to prove right now. We just have to understand the concept. We have to understand the result of this theorem so that we can apply it in the sums, right? A tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius with a point of contact. For that, we need to draw a circle. So let us have a circle with center O. Now, what is the first part of the statement? A tangent at any point of a circle. So let us draw a tangent at any point. So let us take one point A, and इस point A से पास होते हुए एक line draw करते हैं, which is a tangent now. So we say line L is a tangent to the circle at point A. बराबर, right? Now we have to understand the second statement, radius through the point of contact. मतलब अभी हमको एक रेडियस ड्रॉ करना चाहिए फिगर में, और रेडियस कहाँ से ड्रॉ करना चाहिए? सेंटर से तो ड्रॉ करना ही है, वो तो क्लियर है, बट रेडियस थ्रू द पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट. नाउ व्हिच इज द पॉइंट ऑफ कॉन्टैक्ट हियर? A is the point of contact. So A से पास होते हुए और O से एक रेडियस ड्रॉ करना है. So we have to draw segment OA, which is the radius. Is it very clear to all of you? So now what is the result? मतलब ये theorem क्या कहता है? The theorem says that a tangent is perpendicular to the radius. मतलब if at all such a figure is seen in the sum, मतलब आपके सामने अगर ऐसा फिगर आ जाए जहां पर एक टेंजेंट है और उसके पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट से रेडियस दिखाई दे रहा है, एक टेंजेंट है और उसके पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट से एक रेडियस दिखाई दे रहा है, तो वी से दैट रेडियस एंड टेंजेंट दे बोथ आर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर. हम बोल सकते हैं कि रेडियस एंड टेंजेंट दे बोथ आर परपेंडिकुलर टू ईच अदर. सो इस थ्योरम का रिजल्ट ये कहता है कि segment OA is perpendicular to line L. Segment OA is perpendicular to line L. Now this is a mathematical statement. मतलब normally ये statement form में है. Equation form में अगर mathematics equation form में अगर कुछ लिखना है आपको in terms of perpendicular, perpendicular का मतलब क्या? 90 डिग्री. So अगर equation form में कुछ लिखना है तो let us take one point B on a tangent. Okay? तो हमने एक point B ले लिया. Now अगर हम एंगल OAB की बात करें, एंगल OAB की, so what is measure angle OAB? Now if I ask it to you, it's very clear, measure angle OAB will be equal to 90 degree, right? So हम इसी थ्योरम को एक अलग तरीके से भी लिख सकते हैं, इस मैथमेटिकल इक्वेशन के फॉर्म में. We can say measure angle OAB is equal to 90 degree. देखो ये थ्योरम जो है, ये स्टेटमेंट है, इंग्लिश का स्टेटमेंट. इस थ्योरम को हम दो तरीके से लिख सकते हैं. We can write it in the form of a statement, segment OA perpendicular to line L, or we can write it in the form of mathematical equation that measure angle OAB is equal to 90 degree. मतलब एंगल के फॉर्म में भी लिख सकते हैं या स्टेटमेंट के फॉर्म में भी लिख सकते हैं, right? And now this is very important to remember that henceforth कहीं पर भी अगर आपको एक सर्कल दिखे और एक टेंजेंट दिखे और उसके पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट से रेडियस दिखे, तो वी कैन ऑलवेज अप्लाई दिस थ्योरम. मतलब वहां पर पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट पर 90 डिग्री का सिंबल हो या नहीं हो, हमें हमेशा पता रहना चाहिए कि पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट पर जो एंगल बनेगा वो 90 डिग्री बनेगा, बिकॉज रेडियस एंड टेंजेंट दे ऑलवेज मेक एन एंगल ऑफ 90 डिग्री विद द पॉइंट ऑफ कांटेक्ट. इज इट क्लियर? Now, इस थ्योरम को, ये पूरे स्टेटमेंट को हम शॉर्ट में ऐसे भी बोल सकते हैं टेंजेंट थ्योरम. क्या बोल सकते हैं? टेंजेंट थ्योरम. मतलब if I ask it to you what is tangent theorem, you should say that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius to the point of contact. This is tangent theorem. मतलब आपको पता है कि tangent and radius they are perpendicular to each other at the point of contact. Is this very clear to all of you? Right? So now students, after understanding theorem, let us start solving sums based on this. Let us start with practice set 3.1, sum number 1. Okay? We have a question in front of us with a figure. Right? Now, what does the question say? In the figure, the radius of the circle with center C is 6 centimeter. So we have a circle with center C. Okay? And how much is the radius? Radius, we all know radius is 6 centimeter, right? Perfect. Line AB is a tangent at A. There is a line AB which is tangent at A. This is also we know. So the A is the point of contact, remember it. Now what is the question? First question, what is measure of angle CAB? Y. Now this is the question to us. Now students, I want you to understand. The question they're asking is about angle CAB. We know angle CAB का value कितना है. Definitely we have learned the theorem, right? So which theorem if I ask? We all know, of course, tangent theorem. But then पूरा पहले statement समझना जरूरी है. We don't have to write it, but we should know that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius to the point of contact. ये हमें पता है. So on that basis, we say radius CA is perpendicular to line AB. बराबर? And the reason for this, we all know reason is tangent theorem. Of course, कुछ बच्चे पूछते सर directly angle लिखा 90 degree, is it okay? That is also okay. Okay? यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन में एंगल पूछा है तो हम लोग एक्सप्लेनेशन से डायरेक्टली एंगल लिख सकते हैं क्या? लिख सकते हैं. But here we have mentioned that radius CA is perpendicular to line AB because it's by tangent theorem. Therefore, we say measure angle CAB is equal to 90 degree. Okay, and we'll mark this as equation number 1. Understood this? Clear? Perfect. So if the first question was what is the measure of angle CAB? So measure of angle CAB is 90 degree. And why it is 90 degree? By the concept tangent theorem, right? Now what is the second question? What is the distance of point C from line AB? Y? Now here we need to understand what is line AB first of all. We all know C is the center of the circle and line AB is a tangent, right? Now students, I want you to understand from a point C, okay, from center C or point C, how many perpendiculars we can draw? From C, how many perpendiculars we can draw? We have learned this concept in 9th standard. From an external point, one and only one perpendicular can be drawn to a line. मतलब लाइन के बाहर से एक पॉइंट हो, अदर वर्ड सॉरी, लाइन के बाहर अगर एक पॉइंट हो और उस पॉइंट से हम कितने परपेंडिकुलर्स ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं लाइन पर? वन एंड ओनली वन परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ. Now distance word ही बताता है, distance means the shortest possible distance and perpendicular distance is the shortest distance, we all know. So perpendicular distance is the shortest and perpendicular distance is nothing but the radius जो 6 centimeter दिया है. So what is the distance of point C from line AB? We can say distance between point C and A is 6 centimeter. And the reason for this, why it is 6 centimeter? Because a radius of the circle is 6 centimeter, right? So finally we can say, therefore, distance of point C from line AB is 6 centimeter. Is it clear? Now third question to all of you. Third question is distance between A and B is 6 centimeter. Find distance between B and C. So we know CA is 6 centimeter. Distance between A and B is given 6 centimeter. Now they are asking us to find distance between B and C. That means we have to draw a segment BC. बराबर है? So now after drawing BC, we get a triangle. Now students tell me, ये triangle जो मिला है, वो right angle triangle है, क्योंकि angle है 90 degree है. हमने बोला है equation 1 में. So now in triangle CAB, angle CAB is 90 degree. ये 90 degree कहाँ से मिला? From equation 1 या tangent theorem भी बोल सकते हो, right? Now since it's a right angle triangle, we can use Pythagoras theorem. Yes or no? So we can say 90 डिग्री, देखो ये एंगल A 90 डिग्री है, तो एंगल A के सामने वाला साइड कौन सा है? एंगल A के सामने वाला साइड BC है, तो BC बन गया हाइपोटेन्यूज. सो BC स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू AC स्क्वायर प्लस AB स्क्वायर, एंड द रीजन फॉर दिस वुड बी बाय पाइथागोरस थ्योरम. परफेक्ट. Now students, BC का वैल्यू, how much is the value of BC? No, it's not given. So is equal to AC का वैल्यू 6 स्क्वायर बराबर प्लस AB का वैल्यू, yes, AB का वैल्यू is also 6, so 6 स्क्वायर. Now 6 का स्क्वायर मतलब 36, so BC स्क्वायर is equal to 36 plus 36. Now add करो 36 plus 36 कितना होता है? BC स्क्वायर is equal to 72 बराबर है. Now students, we have to take the square root of 72. So remember 72 मतलब 36 into 2. 72 मतलब 36 into 2. So if you take square root of 36, 36 का square root is 6 and square root of 2 is root 2. So we can say therefore BC is equal to 6 root 2 centimeter. Is it clear to all of you? मतलब square root of 72 is 6 root 2 centimeter. And the reason for this is taking square roots. I hope all of you have understood this. So the third question is also done. Now let us understand the fourth question. What is the fourth question? What is the measure of angle ABC? Y. Now look, angle ABC के बारे में पूछा है. Now अगर एंगल ABC के बारे में पूछा है तो पहले ट्राइंगल ABC के बारे में समझते हैं. In triangle ABC, students, what do we know? We know that AC and AB both are equal. Why AC and AB both are equal? AC का वैल्यू 6 सेंटीमीटर है, AB का वैल्यू भी 6 सेंटीमीटर है, so it's given to us that they are equal. बराबर है. Now अगर AC और AB equal है तो can we say it's an isosceles triangle? एक ट्राइंगल में दो साइड्स इक्वल है, मतलब it is an isosceles triangle. So therefore the base angles are equal, मतलब angle C would be congruent to angle B. So we can say angle ACB is equal to angle ABC. Reason would be isosceles triangle theorem. We'll mark this as equation number 2. Clear हुआ? पक्का? Now students, we had to find measure angle ABC, मतलब angle B का वैल्यू ढूंढना है. हमें ये तो पता चला है कि एंगल C और एंगल B इक्वल है, बट हमें एंगल B का वैल्यू ढूंढना है. So now we know that sum of the measures of the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. ना तो पता है. So in triangle CAB तीनों एंगल्स का टोटल कितना है? 180 डिग्री. मतलब एंगल ABC plus angle ACB plus angle CAB is equal to 180 degree. And the reason would be sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. बराबर. अब क्वेश्चन में देखो एंगल ABC के बारे में पूछा है, तो एंगल ABC तो हमको रिक्वायर्ड है, तो एंगल ABC as it is प्लस एंगल ACB. Now if you talk about angle ACB, ये हमको नहीं चाहिए, बट हमें पता है कि एंगल ACB, देखो ये एंगल ACB किसको इक्वल है? एंगल ABC को. तो एंगल ACB के जगह पर एंगल ABC लिख सकते हैं, बिकॉज ABC हमको चाहिए. सो इंस्टेड ऑफ एंगल ACB वी आर राइटिंग एंगल ABC. बराबर. प्लस एंगल CAB. यस, व्हाट डू वी नो अबाउट एंगल CAB? देखो एंगल CAB का वैल्यू पता है 90 डिग्री. बराबर है कि नहीं? सो एंगल CAB वी नो इट इज 90 डिग्री, तो 90 डिग्री सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे इज इक्वल टू 180 डिग्री. बराबर. सो ये कहां से मिला हमको? ACB के जगह पर ABC कहां से मिला? फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 2. एंड CAB के जगह पर 90 डिग्री कहां से मिला? फ्रॉम इक्वेशन 1. तो रीजन वी कैन राइट फ्रॉम 1 and 2. ओके, नाउ लिसन केयरफुली एंड पे अटेंशन. देखो एंगल ABC प्लस एंगल ABC, इट इज वेरी क्लियर. एंगल ABC प्लस एंगल ABC इज 2 एंगल ABC. बराबर. दोनों को ऐड करो तो 2 एंगल ABC हो गया. सो 2 एंगल ABC इज इक्वल टू, देखो अभी ये प्लस 90 जो है, प्लस 90 को अगर राइट हैंड साइड में लेकर गए, प्लस 90 को अगर राइट हैंड साइड में लेकर गए तो इट विल बी माइनस 90. सो ट्वाइस एंगल ABC इज इक्वल टू 180 माइनस 90 डिग्री. बराबर. ना 180 में से 90 गया, कितना बचता है? 90 डिग्री. वी नो, सो देयरफॉर 2 एंगल ABC इज इक्वल टू 90 डिग्री. इज इट क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू? ना स्टूडेंट्स, ये 2 जो मल्टीप्लाइड है, अब समझो 2 राइट हैंड साइड में चला गया तो डिवाइड हो जाएगा. ये 2 जो मल्टीप्लाई है, 2 अगर राइट हैंड साइड में चला गया तो डिवाइड हो जाएगा. सो 90 डिवाइडेड बाय 2. नाउ 90 डिवाइडेड बाय 2 कितना होता है? 45. सो एंगल ABC इज इक्वल टू 45 डिग्री, ऐसा बोल सकते हैं. राइट. सो नाउ टेल मी स्टूडेंट्स, वी हैव फाउंड एंगल ABC का वैल्यू इज 45 डिग्री. एंड व्हाई जो पूछा था उसका पूरा एक्सप्लेनेशन आपके सामने है. ओके, कुछ बच्चे पूछते हैं सर व्हाई एंगल ABC इज 45, उसका रीजन क्या लिखने का? ये पूरा सॉल्विंग ही उसका पूरा रीजन है. ओके, why it is 45 degree? Because we have solved it. Is it very clear to all of you? Now students, this sum will come for 4 marks because there were 4 sub questions, so it will come for 4 marks. Okay, they may ask only 3 questions to you, it may come for 3 marks. I hope all of you have understood this. Okay, fine. Now let us do the next sum. The next sum in front of us is problem set 3, sum number 1. Now this sum is a very simple sum. Now if you see the figure, students, in the figure MN is a tangent segment. MN is a tangent segment where M is the point of contact. बराबर है? Perfect. AM is the radius. So through the point of contact there is a radius, we can see. AN का वैल्यू दिया है 5 और MN का वैल्यू दिया है 4. क्वेश्चन में पूछा है फाइंड AM, मतलब AM फाइंड करना है. ना सबसे पहले स्टूडेंट्स टेल मी, ये जो ट्राइंगल दिख रहा है, हमें एक ट्राइंगल दिख रहा है, बराबर है कि नहीं, जिसमें AM दिख रहा है, तो AM फाइंड करना है। सो ये जो ट्राइंगल है ये तो दिखाई दे रहा है, तो लेट अस स्टार्ट विद द ट्राइंगल। नाउ इन ट्राइंगल AM, and tell me students, what do we know? We know that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius of the point of contact. Barabar? MN is a tangent segment, AM is a radius. So we know that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius of the point of contact. That means we can apply tangent theorem here. So we can say that angle AMN is equal to 90 degree, and the reason for that would be tangent theorem. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, samjha? Now since it's a right angle triangle, students, we can use Pythagoras theorem. बराबर है? Angle M 90 डिग्री है, तो 90 डिग्री के सामने वाला जो साइड है वो हाइपोटेनस होता है. So AN is the hypotenuse, so we can say AN square is equal to AM square plus MN square. Reason would be by Pythagoras theorem. Now tell me students, AN का value. Do we know the value of AN? Yes. Value of AN is 5. So 5 square is equal to AM का value पता नहीं, तो AM square as it is. MN का value पता है, yes. MN का value is 4. So plus 4 का square. Is it clear to all of you? Now next step अगर आप देखोगे तो स्क्वायर ले लो. 5 का स्क्वायर कितना होता है? 25 is equal to AM square plus 4 का स्क्वायर कितना होता है? 16. Now students listen, ये plus 16 अगर हम 25 के साइड में लेकर जाए, plus 16 अगर 25 के साइड में लेकर जाए तो minus 16 हो जाएगा. So we can say therefore AM square is equal to 25 minus 16. चलो 25 minus 16 कितना होता है बोलो? Yes, so we can say therefore AM square is equal to 9. 25 minus 16 is 9. Now 9 is a perfect square, so take square roots. So AM का value would be 3 units, right? And the reason would be taking square roots. So now we have got the value for AM, and हमारे पास 4 options थे. Option A, option B, option C, option D. Now tell me, as per the answer which we have got, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is option B. Did you understand this? Clear to all of you? Now this sum will come for 1 mark. They may give you options and they will ask it to you as MCQ, or they may not give you option, just ask the question, find AM. Is this very clear? Samjha? So this sum, a very simple sum for 1 mark. Now let us see one more sum, problem set 3, sum number 2. It's a very simple sum, okay? The question says line L touches the circle with center O at P. Radius of the circle is 9 centimeter. So we have a circle with center O, and how much is the radius? A radius is given 9 centimeter. We know. I hope all of you have understood this. दिया है radius clearly. Now question क्या पूछा है देखो. First question, find distance between O and P and write the reason for that. तो distance between O and P find करना है और उसका reason लिखो. Now सबसे पहले students, I want you to understand what is this line L. We all know line L is a tangent at point P. So P is the point of contact. Through point of contact, what is OP? OP is the radius. So OP is the radius and line L is a tangent. So can we say segment OP is perpendicular to line L? बराबर है? First question पूछा था distance between O and P. तो हमने लिखा पहले कि segment OP perpendicular to line L. Now tell me students, why segment OP is perpendicular to line L? Yes, reason would be tangent theorem. बराबर? Perfect. Now question में पूछा है distance between O and P. Now students, we all know distance की जब बात करते हैं तो it is the perpendicular distance. So line L को OP perpendicular है, and from O one and only one perpendicular can be drawn, and that is OP. So OP is the shortest distance of O from line L. So distance between O and P, it's clearly given to us 9 centimeter. So you can say distance between O and P is equal to 9 centimeter. And why it is 9 centimeter? Because it is given to us that radius is 9 centimeter. So distance is radius of the, reason is radius of the circle. Okay, fine. Now next, what is the next question? Distance between O and Q is 8 centimeter. Now this is given information, okay? So we say distance between O and Q is 8 centimeter given to us. Question क्या पूछा है देखो, where does point Q lie? Now students, we know radius is 9 and distance between O and Q is 8 centimeter and radius is 9 centimeter. So can we say distance between O and Q is less than the radius? Now any distance, if it is less than the radius, remember this, any distance if it is less than the radius, then the point other than the center, O to center hai. So what can you say about this point? Where does it lie? Yes, point Q will lie in the interior of the circle. Why it will lie in the interior of the circle? Because distance between O and Q is less than radius. Because radius कहां से कहां तक होता है? सेंटर से लेकर सर्कल तक होता है. जो भी डिस्टेंस रेडियस से छोटा होगा तो वो सर्कल तक पहुंच ही नहीं पाएगा, सर्कल के अंदर तक ही रह जाएगा. That's why that point Q lies in the interior of the circle. Okay. Further, third question. Now distance between O and R is 15. Okay, so let us take point R and distance between O and R is 15 हमने बोला है, क्वेश्चन में दिया है. So in triangle OPR, first of all देखो ये triangle OPR बन गया. Now in triangle OPR we all know how much is angle P. Angle OPR is 90 degree. बराबर, क्यों 90 degree? We know that a tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius to the point of contact. So angle OPR 90 degree बोला, reason will be tangent theorem. Now since it's a right angle triangle, definitely will be using Pythagoras theorem. So 90 degree के सामने वाला कौन सा साइड है? सामने साइड है OR. So OR hypotenuse है, so we say OR square is equal to OP square plus PR square. Reason would be by Pythagoras theorem. OR का वैल्यू पता है, distance between OR is given 15. So 15 square is equal to OP का वैल्यू है 9, so 9 square plus PR का वैल्यू पता नहीं, so PR square as it is. Now students, अगर ये 9 square हमने 15 square के साइड में लेकर गए, मतलब ये 9 square को अगर 15 square के साइड में शिफ्ट किया तो ये साइन जो प्लस है उधर गया तो हो जाएगा माइनस. So we say therefore PR square is equal to 15 square minus 9 square, मतलब 225 minus 81. बराबर, क्योंकि 15 स्क्वायर इज 225, 9 स्क्वायर इज 81. ये 9 स्क्वायर अगर लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में चला गया तो माइनस 9 स्क्वायर हो जाएगा, मतलब माइनस 81. सो 225 माइनस 81, चलो इफ यू सब्ट्रैक्ट इट, कम ऑन डू द सब्ट्रैक्शन. 225 माइनस 81, so if you subtract we get the answer PR square is equal to 144. बराबर, 225 minus 81, the answer is 144. Now 144 is a perfect square, so let us take the square root of it. So therefore PR is equal to 12 centimeter. Now question में क्या पूछा था देखो, how many such are contained in line L. देखो O से लेकर P तक का डिस्टेंस कितना था? 9. उन्होंने क्या बोला था? How many such are contained in line L. तो हमने लाइन L पर एक पॉइंट लिया R, बट वो ऐसा लिया था कि डिस्टेंस बिटवीन O एंड R वाज 15 सेंटीमीटर. O से लेकर R तक का डिस्टेंस कितना होना चाहिए? 15. और R कहां पर होना चाहिए? कंपल्सरी टेंजेंट पर ही होना चाहिए. तो ऐसे और एक पॉइंट R ले सकते हैं क्या टेंजेंट पर, और जिसका डिस्टेंस O से 15 सेंटीमीटर है? डेफिनेटली ले सकते हैं. ओके, तो ये डिस्टेंस तो 12 सेंटीमीटर हमको मिल गया. हम ऐसा और एक ले सकते हैं, बिकॉज क्वेश्चन में पूछा था हाउ मेनी सच आर कंटेन इन लाइन L. तो ना रीजन तो ऑफ कोर्स 12 सेंटीमीटर का रीजन हमने लिखा टेकिंग स्क्वायर रूट्स. चलो हमने और एक पॉइंट R डैश लिया इसी टेंजेंट पर, इस तरह से लिया कि डिस्टेंस बिटवीन O एंड R डैश इज 15. तो सिमिलरली जैसे इस ट्राइंगल में पाइथागोरस यूज किया था, उसी तरह से इस ट्राइंगल में भी पाइथागोरस यूज करके PR डैश का वैल्यू कितना मिल सकता है? सेम PR डैश का वैल्यू मिल सकता है 12 सेंटीमीटर. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड इट? सो क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा था? हाउ मेनी सच आर कंटेन्ड इन लाइन L? यस, देयर आर 2 such R's contained in line L. बराबर 2 such R's are there in line L जिसका distance O से 15 है and दोनों के दोनों points line L पर ही है. And what is the distance of those points from P? तो P से PR का distance 12, P से R dash का distance भी 12 हमने find कर लिया. Is it clear to all of you? So this was our final answer. 2 such R are contained in line L. Did you understand this? Yes, I hope all of you have understood. Do not forget to like the video and tell and share the video with maximum students so that they understand the sums. Okay. Do not forget to subscribe the channel and tell your friends to subscribe the channel so that whenever I upload my new videos, you get to know, you get the reminder, you get the notification of those. So you are able to see all the videos in a systematic lecture-wise manner. Okay. Thank you, students. Thank you and good day to all of you. Bye. Have a nice day.